Hi everybody, welcome to the Knitting Turnpike. Welcome to the Knitting Turnpike. My name is Gina Pike. I'm so happy that you're here today. I have a finished project to share with you guys today. I have shown you this before in one of my What Are You Knitting video series. But today we're just going to focus on this. I'm going to show you a shawl, a lace shawl that I'd hand knitted for a friend of mine, and I'm going to show you it inside, and then I'm going to bring you back outside here with me and show you it hanging out and letting the wind blow through it. Like, that's my favorite way to look at them. So let's get started and take a look at this shawl. This is it all blocked out. Because sometimes when I hold stuff up or I put it on a clothesline outside, some of the details get lost. So I want to show you some of the details while it's pinned out, and you can see it. And you can see the beads a little bit better probably. This is this Diana dye yarn. This pattern is called Gothic Angel by Boo Knits. It's a lot of lacy leaves, as you can see. If I pull back a little bit, you can see the leaf patterns. And then you have the stem, and then at the top she put like beads interspersed so lightly in this pattern. Love this yarn. This yarn is called it's Diana Dyes 100% bamboo. It's oh, what is the colorway? I'll think of it in just a second when I'm talking. This does have a picot edge. It got more beaded as you got to the edge. As you can see, all these beads came in, and I used a pretty pink bead. The interesting thing about this shawl is it had the edges like this and this, and it has a center panel that you had to go to a different page and knit differently, and then this center panel grows, and as you get in here it has more beading. See, there's not a lot of beads to this side, not a lot of beads to that side, but then you have the center panel that's really beaded, and that's what that ends up looking like. So it's special for this shawl. This shawl doesn't have a lot of beads. It only took one skein of yarn, which is like 694 yards. So it's a smaller size shawl, but still it blocks out pretty big, really pretty. I just finished this shawl. It's for a friend of mine. This shawl is called Gothic Angel. The pattern is by Bev of Boo Knits. She's one of my favorite designers. I've made many of her shawls before. This shawl is a lace shawl, and it's also got beads on there, which I'm going to show you when I get up close. This yarn is by Diana Dyes, or Diana Dye, not Dyes, and it's in the color Blooming Heather. It's beige with some pinks, and the beads I use, it has pink in it, it has some green, it has some yellow. It's very spring-like. So this shawl is mostly a lot of lace motifs. It starts up in the center with a garter stitch tab cast on, kind of like a lot of her shawls do. I do have a clip that can show that now that I'm talking about it. I love the garter stitch tab because you really can't see. I think it was like right here I started, but you would never know. And it just becomes a small thin strip, and with this garter stitch edge, it just blends in very nicely. I wanted to get up close because you can see the leaves. Every so often at the end of a leaf is a bead. Maybe I should come out in here so you can see that before we get to the edging. There is a bead, like right here at the end of this leaf is a bead. And I used pink, slightly shiny, little metallic beads. And it's a lot of leaves. Now the one thing that's interesting about this shawl, let me show this edge over here a little bit, and that's more in the sunlight, so I hope it's not annoying. The one thing about this shawl, it was done in a different way. There was this piece where you knitted this side, then you had another chart for the center, and then you had a chart over here for the right side. The reason why is there's this thing in the center. It's called the center stuff, and this is totally different than what's going on with the shawl. There's a lot more beads in the center. They have this and this. This is the center section, and it went from small to large, and it ended up being all of that right there. And you had to pay attention to that because it is different. As you can see, this is a super lacy border. It ends with the beautiful peacoat bind off. There's a lot of beads on the bottom edge. And then going into the picots. The picot bind off is kind of like 3 steps forward, 5 steps back. You got to cast on stitches, and then cast off a few stitches, then cast on stitches, cast off stitches. You got to create those picots as you go. But it really does add a lot to a lace shawl. So if you can have the patience, I think this one took me a course of 3 days to bind off, but I did have a few other things going on as well. So, but I think it's worth it. Again, I do love this beaded border. I think it just turned out really stunning. These beads, this design. I love how she put like a little bit of a chevron if the wind, the little bit of a chevron here to put a little bit of a break before that border comes in. I don't know if you guys can see that pretty well. Apologize for the traffic. We do live in a pretty populated area. So anyway, that's the shawl. Again, Gothic Angel is the pattern by Boo Knits, and I really enjoyed making it. I hope my friend likes it. I'm going to be shipping it here soon, and I hope she'll enjoy it. So thank you for letting me share this with you, and thank you so much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. If you are new here and love talking about your knitting and crochet, and also talking about what you're making on my What Are Your Knitting series, we would love to have you join us. Hit that subscribe button, join our family, share what you're currently working on with us, and interact with us. Let us get to know you a little bit better. If you are a subscriber already, thank you. Thank you for watching my videos and supporting me, and letting our family grow. You guys are awesome. You guys are why I do this, and just so happy that you all are here. And good to see you again. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.